It's another one of those bored moments. It's like 9 something, so it's not late. But I definitely got in the bed after I came back in from doing hair because I had a massive ass headache. From being frustrated, and over there, I gotta smoke inside the house. So if you already know what that means, then that was why I had a headache. So once I finally laid down and got enough energy to get up, I asked for some Tylenol because those who know me know I do not like taking fucking medicine unless I absolutely positively have to. I have to know what's wrong before I just start taking medicine. So I hadn't done much of anything. So for me to have a headache, I hadn't been in the sun. I've been eating because my belly ring hanging the hell out. So I already knew the only thing was the fact that I had to smoke inside over there because of the area. But I feel better now that I've gotten some Tylenol and the headache has subsided a little bit. Oh, because I was laying there miserable. Oh my goodness. And I have ibuprofen, but again, if I don't have to take nothing, I won't. But I wasn't finna be laying around miserable. I'm kid free. There's no reason for me to be laying around miserable. Even though she been giving me the damn blues. I just really hope the shit that we just went through this week, whatever little village I got, whatever little help I do got, they step up and do their part because, god damn, it was frustrating enough 2 jobs ago when I had to be the only one to stop what they were doing to go get her. My thing is, yes, I am the parent. However, if my village say they gonna help, that's what I'm expecting. So it was already frustrating enough to have to deal with that. And I know that played a part in why I lost that job. And then now I'm in the process of finding a new one. School is getting ready to end, so obviously there's something different finna happen. I'm finna have to look for childcare or whatever the fuck I'm gonna have to do, or ask somebody to keep her, once I find a job or whatever. And because for my mental, I'd rather her be with somebody that's gonna make sure she's doing what she's supposed to do and not just letting her do whatever the fuck she wanna do. Because I'm her mama, so I can allow her to just be until I can see, okay, now that's just too fucking much. But I feel like anybody that I leave her with know me as well enough as a parent by now to know not to just be letting her do shit that she ain't supposed to be doing, or watching shit she ain't supposed to be doing, or on social media shit that she ain't supposed to be on. Like if it's with other kids and they all doing the same thing or whatever, and they doing it appropriately, because again, I let my baby dance because how else are you supposed to know what all your child is capable of doing if you don't just let them do? So I let my baby move freely and shit like that until her mama, say, okay, that's too much. Because I was that. When I was younger, I wanted to be a majorette dancer, but my daddy was like, hell no. I'm sorry, but I have one of those daddies. He said dancing was for cheerleaders and hoes. I'm sorry. But that's his upbringing. That's how he was raised. So, miss me, okay? And if you have a dad who was raised like that and he stayed in your life, 9 times out of 10, he was probably taught the same way. I'm just saying. If your dad wasn't and he still in your life and did a great job and all that, kudos to you. However, I'm okay with my daddy giving me that little tidbit because it definitely helped me a lot. Okay? However, I still wanted to be a majorette dancer, regardless of him saying that. Because I'm like, well, daddy, I know not to be a hoe. I just want to dance. But I knew that was his fear. And then a lot of times, too, when girls doing that and they don't have the right upbringing, they get off into some shit that they really don't have no business being in. So I understand why my daddy was like that. Luckily, I ain't even gonna bring that up. But, yeah. Now, my mom, she was a cheerleader, so she wants that for Diamond. Anybody who's new to this, Diamond is my baby, my one and only for right now. And I want those things for her as well. It's just the fear of the stigma of that. And because I've lived through a lot of that stuff that comes with that, because of the type of friends I had, because, baby, we ain't gonna never get off that bullshit. It's just, I don't want her to fall into that trap, you know. I want her to be able to do all the things that she wants to do and do all of the things that she needs to do and still be able to do that without falling into the abyss. Of what comes behind the scenes of that shit. And I'm one of those parents that academics definitely comes before anything fucking else. So I hope all this pushing for my baby, I hope it don't, like, bite me later. Because, again, she ain't got no stupid parents. Might be a little slow to some shit, but, again, I ain't have to live a certain way. And I'm proud of that. So, it's just some shit I'll never understand, don't want to understand. You can explain it to me all day. Don't even care to understand it after you done explained it. It's just some shit I pray to God that I don't have to deal with. So, I just... Whew. My baby got in trouble. And before that, even when she wasn't getting in trouble and after I had been through everything I had been through, still trying to figure out where I fucked up as a parent or where I'm fucking up as a parent. And it's like all the research books I read and all the shit that I looked up and all that before I even popped her out. It's like, you're not doing nothing wrong. Did you have some unhelpful help? You damn sure did. But you're not necessarily doing nothing wrong. And this ain't to bash nobody, but this is to throw slugs at the people that I told they needed to pay more attention to theirs. Because, now look, you no longer have me around. You no longer have my child around because you didn't do what I told you to do. And again, everybody parents different because of their upbringing, whether they had a fucked up upbringing or not. I get it. However, ain't nobody's baby got hurt in my car, so I don't give a fuck. Even if somebody's child has gotten hurt in my car, I'm gonna call you as soon as I notice it. Hey, you busy? You working? Okay, I need you to let them know you need to go on break. I need to tell you something. At my baby's old school, my baby got in the car one day. Her whole shit busted. She done fell off the damn jungle gym. Monkey bars, whatever the fuck, we know what that is. I don't find this out until 3-something. She said this happened at recess. Didn't nobody think to fucking call me. Send a smoke signal, email, call the daddy. All them motherfucking people on that call list, and y'all didn't think to call nobody to let them know that my baby had hit her face. And I guess it pisses me off even more because it was a school district that I wanted my baby to finish in. because regardless of the fucked up individuals I met there, I enjoyed myself there. So I wanted her to go back. But, oof, baby. And I didn't even go to that school when I was younger. Didn't even know shit about that school when I got here. But, But I hope that if that is a decision that I have to make later on, that they get their shit together. Because they talk about us, baby. The lack of shit that goes on now, and I got tired of hearing the whole, well, it's a shortage of teachers. Well, y'all old teachers is quick to tell us it's a shortage of teachers. Where y'all at? Y'all ain't got no friends. Y'all ain't got no homies. Y'all ain't got nobody that can come help with these damn kids. And I've already taken my name off the list. Because, again, I got one of these little motherfuckers. No. And she's a suburban child with hood blood in her on both sides. So, those who know me, when I say entitled, because I'm not a suburban child. Because no matter how much y'all thought this shit, I just know how to fucking act because I got a stupid mama. Yeah. But baby, I be having to tell her, girl, what is this ghetto girl stuff you got going? What is that? But I know some of this shit is a part of the culture. I get it. But baby, when they started playing some of this shit on the radio, that's part of the reason why I stopped listening to the radio. When I heard some of these songs, because some of y'all are some ride or die, whatever, for some of these people, and it's like, really? But some of the stuff that they have on the radio, and it's okay for our kids to be listening to it. I'm not understanding. On regular radio. That's what I mean. Regular radio. Now, of course, whatever they're listening to when we are in the privacy of our own home or our own space or environment, that's obviously something that we're going to have to deal with. Because I'm one of those mamas. I'm going to listen to whatever the fuck I want to listen to within reason. Because with her being a little older now, she obviously is going to catch on to stuff a little better now. So, some stuff I listen to and be like, hey, I better not hear you saying this, using that. No. And then some songs, it's like, okay, yeah, I don't want to have to explain that. We're just going to skip that song. Excuse me. Excuse me. Ooh. That relieved my headache some more. Oh, my God. I don't want to have to be like my mama was with us, baby. Because, baby, she stripped the room down whenever we got in trouble. And I know how that made us feel. Even the little bitty things that we did. Well, I did, because I can only speak for myself, okay? Myself. So, but it's like, girl. And I'm glad that I have reinforcements here at my parents' house. Because, again, I never claimed to always have the right answers or all the answers when it comes to parenting. But I know what's right and what's wrong. But I'm just glad that when it comes to the disciplinary part, because I'm small, and my kid be trying to handle me like I'm small, so I be having to show her girl. Just because everybody told me to soften the fuck up, don't mean I won't get hard again, okay? Because I really think that's all this is right now. She's heard everybody say that I'm too rough on her. I need to ease up on her. And now that and once I did, the behavioral issues that she was showing when I was in and out of the hospital that everyone was telling me about, that I was like, shit, I've been telling y'all, deal with it. She in y'all's care right now. Y'all told me to stop showing out and take my medicine, so that's what the fuck I'm doing. Y'all handled it, because I told y'all already. And it's like, it's real prominent now. Real prominent now. And honestly, I would rather have these issues now with her being 8 versus her being in school versus her being younger, not knowing how to talk. And I'm trying to figure out, well, where the hell are you getting this shit from? Or I'm wondering, okay, well, is someone doing something to you? Is this why you showing out? Because that is a question that I can ask now. However, she can talk now. When she was younger, obviously she couldn't tell me everything. Which comes back to my next thing. Because, baby, I've gotten a whole bunch of flack for this. So, when I was a stay-at-home mom, and when it came to certain things, I taught her the proper name and the proper way to say certain things, i.e., our body parts. I don't put none of them little cute names on female body parts because I don't have a son, and my husband allowed me to do all the girly things. My ex-husband, allowed me to do all of the girly things and stuff like that with her. And I would just explain to him, okay, well, if I'm not here and she has an issue with X, Y, and Z, this is what you need to do. Because her daddy and I were the only ones that could do certain things for her. And I made that point clear. No matter how far my trust goes with you, it's just her dad and I were the only ones that needed to do certain things. That's just what that was. So, I forgot where we were. She was younger. And I taught my baby to enunciate. So now when she get to doing that mumble shit like her daddy, it's like, no, baby, because you gets loud. Open your mouth and talk. She said something, vagina, and da-da-da-da-da, and then somebody looked at me and said, you taught her that word? I did. Ain't that what that is? And I didn't understand why that person cringed when my 3 or 4-year-old used that word. That's what it is. I don't remember using anything for this area when I was younger. I don't remember. Now, my mom, my grandma, even my daddy might, or my granny might even, R.I.P. to her. I might have used a word for that area, but I only used coochie with my friends because I didn't feel comfortable using the word coochie with my mama because I felt like coochie was the equivalency to saying pussy. I didn't use that with my mama until I got older. But I would say like my business or my stuff, or that's what I would say. And I realized once I had my own revelations, I was like, if I had a daughter, I needed to be able to understand what the fuck she's saying when the time comes. If the time ever comes, and I pray to God the time don't come, because the mama and the daddy is stupid. I just kept the daddy out the limelight, but the daddy is just as stupid as well. If not more. He might be more stupid than I am. Yeah. So, I'm just like, it's what it is, baby. That's the name. I'm sorry. I feel like that's why a lot of girls don't know how to say when they need to say, because it's like, Yeah. I ain't went out, Jesus. Let me blow my nose. But yeah, that is so funny to me that parents don't like their children using the actual word for their body parts. But that just shows how immature you are. I'm not saying that I'm mature in every situation because I don't even want to be mature in every situation right now. Hell no. I wasn't trying to be grown, and somehow I still ended up being in a lot of shit that I was in. Shit. I wouldn't even finish being a fucking child. But I am glad that I did not have my first child until I was 25, 24, 25. Yes, I was 25 because when we got married, I was 24. I'm glad that I was older. I'm glad I got to live a little more, especially from my first accident. I'm glad that I got to live a little more. Now, of course, if that would have not happened, obviously I would have had to live the life that God gave me at that point, but He chose a different route. But baby, and I'm definitely not one of them. I don't like taking Diamond out everywhere. For one, because she's a girl. For two, and people laugh about this shit on Facebook when I made jokes about it or whatever, but I'm like, I'm serious. I don't like taking my baby out because I'm small. And if somebody try to fuck with me, all I have to worry about is defending my own self. I don't have to worry about snatching my baby and trying to run because, baby, these legs don't do what they used to do. Yeah, no. I don't have to worry about trying to defend her or keep her behind me and swing off somebody, like fight off somebody. Like, I don't want to have to deal with it. That's why I don't take her out if I don't have to. And I get it. Well, people got multiple kids and they do shit. That's their business, baby. I get it if you have to. Sorry, y'all. I got ate the fuck up out here the other day. And yeah, I need to put some hydrocortisone all over my legs. And that way I'll stop scratching. Because all I did was get out the shower, put on this muumuu, and get in my bed. I don't think I saw nothing that way. But just in case. This is what I was talking about transparency. I know I was cracking jokes and shit on Instagram and, all of that shit. Like, I feel like a lot of our schoolmates, whether I was close to them or not, I feel like if a lot of y'all would have been a little more honest about some of the things that they had gone through, been through. If we really were friends, whatever the fuck it was, I feel like y'all should have done better. And I'm perfectly okay with saying this because the ones who were friends with me and the ones who stayed as close to me up until this point as they did, they will tell you I got on their motherfucking nerves about doctoring the fuck on them. I sure the fuck did. I sure the fuck did. Because why is it that I'm somebody that don't really go to the doctor like that, all that bullshit, unnecessarily, and y'all got all these motherfucking health issues? but you seeing it as I'm being in your business. No, motherfucker. It's just like having a significant other. If some shit happened with your ass, I need to know what the fuck to do. And even those of y'all that was doing whatever, you know what I'm talking about, that y'all was out there doing, and I still did not give a fuck what y'all was doing. Just don't come whining to me every single time something go wrong, especially if I've already forewarned you. That was my issue. Because at this point in our lives, if we are still having the same pattern, either with the same person or different people, what the fuck are you gonna do different? And what bothered me the most is when, because we're all grown-ups, but when the elders kept saying, y'all shouldn't talk to each other the way y'all talk to each other. Well, shit, y'all shouldn't talk to us the way y'all talk to us still, and we got to deal with it. We weren't comfortable talking to each other like this because majority of us were not malicious with one another. If you felt like another motherfucker was malicious behind you, what the fuck are you doing to feel like that nigga was being malicious? And in this case, nigga is used for male or female, okay? There is no hypocrisy here. Because again, a lot of the shit that y'all was whining and crying about on Facebook and shit, I've already done and passed all of that. Only thing is my stuff didn't make it on the internet. My stuff was actually being texted in the school. And I was told, and I didn't care because I didn't care. You saw it, so what? That was a reflection of that person. Because you couldn't keep your business to yourself. And every time a female come crying to me about something that they think a guy done or sent they shit out, okay, you sent it to him. You already know the possibility of what may or may not happen, yo. Like, come on now, quit whining. You wanted somebody to see it, yo. You did. So what? Like, I'm just not understanding because one of my old neighbor's parents made a statement to me about us growing up. Y'all wanted to be grown so bad, and I had to stop her in her tracks. No, I didn't want to be nothing. It just happened. But again, I've already dealt with all of my demons and shit like that. That's why I was perfectly okay with helping y'all through y'all shit until y'all started fucking pissing me off. Not y'all. It was really only one that did it because the bitch lied. Because again, why would I use my celebration as a time to add you out about your shit? You did that by yourself a long time ago. Like, golly. And it's funny because I'm still like telling my ex about some of the things of why I'm upset with certain people, why I would prefer for you not to talk to certain people if they want to see our child or know what our child look like. It's got to be through me only because, yeah, no. I told him the other day that I could not hang out with a certain person outside of school. I could not. I go to their house, they come to my house. We could not kick it outside of school. Could not. But I never told them that. I would just be like, no, I can't go. That was just it. I knew a long time ago when somebody told me, and if she see this or not, it don't even matter. You are too good of a friend to this person. And I always knew that, but I could never catch her in nothing. But it's because I did not kick it with her outside of whatever restrictions I was already given. Even as grown-ups, The few times we did kick it, it was something that I wanted to do. Because I know you. I don't know what all you want to get into. I don't know what all I'm going to be coming across hanging out with you. So I definitely, if it ain't what I want to do, no, girl. Because at least the stuff that I was doing, I know we going to be all right. At least the shit that I was doing, if I needed to call 911 in enough time, I would have. Or at least call somebody that I knew was going to be able to come get to me in enough time if 911 wasn't going to be there. Again, I am never going to say that I regret the nice things and the good things that I did for people. I'll never say that. I'll never say that. That's where the whole I feel stupid because I did X, Y, and Z for, these people. That's where that comes in to play. But it's like, you didn't know half the shit. And the shit you did know, you kept it to yourself. So they wouldn't be boo-hooing and crying about some other shit. And I guess everybody else was trying to help get me off of her ass, or I don't know what the fuck everybody else was trying to do, but all y'all did was piss me off even more about how the fuck y'all had done me. Y'all really should have just stayed out the shit. Yeah, I really should have. Because I'm like, can't nobody make me feel bad about not talking to them now. Because I feel like when people came back around and I was like, I'm, not necessarily dating, but I am seeing people. Well, who you seeing? Why does it, now that I've opened my mouth about certain people, and I'm perfectly okay with it, because again, I've never been one to block nobody's nothing. Ever. They'll tell you that. If it's my turn, it's my turn. And with us being as old as we are, and for y'all being as nasty and disgusting as y'all were and thought I did not know, the only question I got is, when's the last time you go to the doctor? And are you good? Since we're going to be funny with each other. I'm just saying. I ain't never cared about nobody body count. I ain't never cared about who was hopping in the bed with who, as long as you wasn't up in my shit. As long as you wasn't worried about this. And again, to any of the guys, because you could have always opened your mouth at any point. At any point. I'm grown, I'm going to make whatever decision I'm going to make. But yeah. So don't come back around now. Because again, I'm perfectly okay with crossing paths with some of y'all. But don't come at me with no bullshit. Again, I don't want no fucking friends. Last person I thought I was going to be friendly with dumped her shit on my door as well and then disappeared on me. And when I called to check on her motherfucking ass, she ain't answer the fucking phone either. Okay, so you another one. All right. All right. I hope all is well. And then, too, some weird shit was going on when her motherfucking ass came around as well. But again, I'm one of them people that is observant, whether I say something or not. And again, I was not an English major, and I did not care to talk like that, and I still don't. Baby, let me go blow this nose up. Un momento. Sorry for anybody who feels like I'm inappropriate. But again, I have been on my feet today. So once I took my shower, I just put my moo on. So, but yeah. Like I told somebody else, I'm not necessarily looking for nobody. I'm lonely, yes, but I'm not desperate. Like, I'm stubborn as fuck. Like, I've been talking to my parents a little bit through this process once my divorce was final. And, I've told my parents some of the mistakes I think I made on my part. I've told them some of the things these niggas done that I did not like. And my daddy was like, you gotta ease up. No. I've been married before, yes. I know what I want out of life still. I might have to modify it some more, but I still have a lot more that I want out of life. So, again, once I decided to start, making certain decisions and living life a little more, I knew I wanted certain things. Obviously, when we're younger and we live in life a little differently, it's like, I don't want this, I don't want that, screw that. I ain't gonna deal with that when I'm grown. But obviously, we have to get grown before we be like, okay, I see now. But I'm just glad that I have parents that allowed me to live, excuse me, while staying on my ass. Excuse me, allowing me to make my fuck ups, getting on my ass at my big ass age, and still being here, because again, I don't know why everybody thought that I just had this perfect relationship with my parents. We have not always been like that. We had to work on it. And it's not a slug or a shot to anyone who did not or has not had that opportunity yet. It's never too late unless I know. But again, my daddy has taught me differently about death. So, and I've been doing Death Watch for a long time. So, my daddy has always said, it happens. You just have to get through it and not let it eat you up. It's gonna hurt, you know, whatever it is. Like when my granny died, to this day, I've never seen my daddy cry about that, but I'm pretty sure he had that moment with my mom. I'm still glad that I have my great auntie around. When I do see her, you know, she tells me every time, your granny will be proud of you regardless. Like, you know, I appreciate that from her sister. The only one of her siblings that I talk to and that talk to me. Little Lois is what she calls me. Sometimes I wish my granny would have fought harder with her diabetes. That way I could have had her a little longer. But I do cherish the time that I did get with her. I don't have like none of her things or anything like that because her house was broken into, you know. So I don't think they were able to salvage anything that was worth anything. And really, like, the only memory that I have of her is me because I look just like her. One of my uncles came over one day and knocked on the door to give me something for my daddy. And I don't know if he looked at me the way he looked at me because I looked like my granny. This is one of my daddy's cousins, so but still one of my uncles. I don't know if he looked at me the way he looked at me because I looked like my granny. Because they got to spend all that time with her. They got to see my granny in action. They got to see her whooping ass and all of that. Like, I didn't get that. By the time I came along, I can't even remember if my granny ever whooped me. She did fuss, but that was normal. Because if she wasn't fussing at my papa, she was fussing at us. So we always heard her fussing. But now, I don't think she ever had to pop on me or anything like that. Not from my recollection. And all my papa had to say was, "Poo poo, don't do that." And I didn't do that. I miss him too. I'm still mad because I wanted my granny car and he ain't never give it to me. But I'm sure it was for a reason. That was his woman's car. I'm sure that's why he didn't want me to have it. Ooh, at some point I just need to go. I need to go east. 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 I need to go. I just need to drive. Like, there's nothing really as far as my roots in Louisiana anymore for me to show diamond. At least as far as I know. And I ain't looking. Because I don't need none of them family members that pop out of no damn where, okay? I don't need none of that right now. If you know me from a distance, hey. But that's about it. I don't need no more stress. Because at this point, when I meet you, if you can't benefit me, and deuces, baby. I can't deal with nobody right now. I can't deal with nothing right now from nobody. But I can just teach her what I do know. Luckily, you know, my daddy is an extension, of course. And I'm glad that I got to come in contact with a lot of my culture through other people when it came to that. And to find out that my roots are a little further east than I thought. Oh man, somebody asked me, had I ever thought about doing the whole DNA ancestry thing, and I'm like, no, because this is all that matters. This is really all that counts. This is all that counts. I'm black. I know my people came from over the water some way, some direction. Now, which direction, I don't know. But that's all I care about. And at this point in my life, as long as I don't come across a cousin, that's all I care about. No Kevin Gates over here, okay? Again, at this point in life, anybody from my past, we did what we did, we had what we had, and thank goodness we got past it, okay? Because again, I was raised that shit does happen when you don't know. And I mean like true blood, not no by marriage shit. Because I actually dated somebody that I was related to by marriage, but we didn't know. And even when we found out later on, it didn't bother me. I don't know if it bothered him, but it didn't bother me because, again, it was through marriage. So, yeah. But we were already no longer dating when we found out, so it didn't bother me. But, baby, I need some damn crab legs in my life. That's what I need. A couple of girls talked to me about eating oysters, and I'm like, ooh, I don't know. Because for one, I heard them ain't for us. Us, okay? You do what you want to do, I'm just saying. And then two, the way it looked without being fixed up, I don't like the way it look. Now, normally, I'm not a person that goes off of that because it can look disgusting and taste fine. However, if I'm getting it from somewhere, it better look right. But when they first pop open the oysters with nothing on it, I don't like the way it look. And then it looks better once they fix it up and all of that. And then the fact that everybody done told me that it's slimy. You probably shouldn't have told me that, because now I ain't gonna want to try it. But I don't know. I definitely want a seafood bag. Real bad. Oof, my head feels so much better. And like I've been trying my best to take it easy. But baby, kid had that pressure up. That and I haven't been able to eat the best. So that could have been another reason why I had been feeling like that as well. Because I've been having to eat meat. Well, I eat a whole lot of meat. It's not that I don't eat meat. It's just I try not to eat a lot of pork and beef. And here I've been eating a lot of beef. Grow up, child. And this week alone, I think I've had a decent amount of pork. So, yeah. I had chorizo this morning. And I already know. But I took some of this shit off that taco and was like, I'm going to have to add this to another taco because, yeah, this chorizo is salty as fuck. So I definitely had to cut that right on in half. We just need a little bit on this tortilla. We'll put the rest of this on another tortilla tomorrow for breakfast. It'll be all right. I finally made it to the nail shop. I stopped trying to hold out for my other nail tech. Because again, I'm just doing this to make me feel better right now. So if I just wake up and decide I want to go get my nails done, that's what I've been doing. I don't want to have to wait on an appointment or nothing like that. And I think I'm starting to build a rapport where I am because the same girl has been doing my nails every time I've come in there so far. And this last go around, when I started asking this other girl all these extra questions and saying, hey, I do hair. Can you make sure my corners are this, my edges are that, and da-da-da-da, and can you make sure I ain't got no fungus already up under here if we got to suck these suckers off? I guess I was doing too much. She was like, you know what? It's okay. Somebody else is going to help you. Okay, girl. Because I don't give a damn. You just, as long as my shit is done right, yo. And I ended up with the same girl that did my nails, that had been doing my nails. Well, I'm not going to say girl because she's older than I am. But she did a great job. She did a great job from the beginning. I don't know if it's because I told her I worked in the beauty industry or what, but she did a great job. And of course, you know, going to a regular nail shop, you don't get all the extras, you know, for a hookup. So when I have to do that, I try to get some glitter or something like really shiny, or I think translucent. I think that's the word I need, or pearlescent, like cotton candy or something like that. I don't think translucent was the word to use, but yeah. And it's almost the summertime, and this is a springy color. I love bright colors. Bright colors make me so happy. I think that's another reason why I'm like in and out of my depression as well, because when I had my own place, it was, you know, bright, whenever I needed, to open up the blinds and shit like that, I could do it freely. But I'm in my parents' house now, so if I need sunlight, go the fuck outside. That's what you do. Because the room where I am currently has been used for multiple purposes, so yeah. I come outside and get some sunlight. Now, I can do me some bright curtains, but I don't know if I want to do that. Because, again, I don't want to get super comfortable being back at my parents' house. Because I don't want to have the mindset of, you're going to be here. I don't want to be stagnant, And, again, I appreciate them giving me this time to figure my shit out by myself. And allow me to ask questions along the way. And express my frustration when needed. With minimal cussing. This week was all about my mom. And I'm glad that she enjoyed herself. Excuse me, again. Happy belated Mother's Day at this point. Excuse me. I need to do something to my head. I don't even think I have enough braiding hair of each kind to even do a full hairstyle if I did want to do my hair. And this is the time of year I'm typically a blonde or a strawberry blonde. However, I'd rather have wheels than to have hair. So, yeah. When I come across some extra funds, that's probably what the hell I'm going to do, is sit up and braid my hair. And probably braid it in a way to where when I do find another job, it's already up. And I don't have to worry about trying to hurry up and do some hair to look presentable. Baby, I cannot believe I started all the way over again. But my hair probably would have fell out going through everything that I was going through anyway. Falling. Maybe that was the word I should have used. But again, I wasn't an English major. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with my baby's hair over the summer. Because she and I already started this damn digging. As if I ain't taught her how to scratch without digging. I told her the other day, baby, I'm not redoing her hair before the end of the school year. So you better stop digging and make this last. I bet it's itching. You can scratch without digging, child. I taught you. Baby, I'm not finna be stressed out about my hair by you or anyone else. Oh, man. I don't know what time it is. How long have I been doing this for? An hour? I'm probably gonna try to go to sleep. I've been up all day. Even though I was in there just laying in my bed, that's all I was doing, just laying. I just didn't want to go to sleep with my head hurting. So once it got to a point to where I was like, all right, I went and got something. So yep, I think I'm gonna try to go lay down. I probably don't need to eat nothing. I'm not really hungry, no way, which is a surprise. But the headache is probably why I'm not hungry. Because I was feeling nauseous earlier. But I'm not hungry. I'll probably wake up in the middle of the night and be hungry. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at my feet. I didn't get my feet done the other day. Because unless you're looking at them, you rubbing on them, I don't see why it matters anyway. And even then, if you got something to say, give me some money for it. And I got gel on my toes. I didn't want to have to go through that whole process. Not the other day, I didn't. Maybe another day I might want to go through that whole process, but I didn't want to. And I really went just to get my fingernails cut down. Because I'm supposed to, just in case somebody wanted to get their hair braided or whatever, at least I had my fingernails cut down. I just thank God I have clients that are understanding about that. And one of them has very long hair. So I don't have to worry about trying to pick up nobody's little bitty ass hair. That'd be the thing that pissed me off the most. People got about this much hair on their head. Can you braid my hair? Can you lock my hair? Baby, you're not finna hurt my fingers. And my fingernails are long. And I'm not finna cut my fingernails for your hair. You need to let this shit grow out. And people think you being funny. No. Go to somebody who specializes in doing short hair. Go to somebody who specializes in dealing with about an inch or less of hair. Cause no. And then you're not gonna be calling me talking about your head sore. Let this shit grow out. You're trying to give me arthritis unnecessarily. I told a girl that I used to work with, she was like, is my hair long enough to braid? I said, baby, you're going to let that grow out. You're going to let it grow out some more. No. One of my ex's friends asked me about doing his hair. Let that grow out some more. No. And then, too, I'm a woman, so it's like when men ask me that and they got this much hair on their head, you're going to look a fucking mess. Let that shit grow out some more. Not saying that I'm attracted to every man that I walk past and no bullshit like that. But what I'm saying is, being a woman and you know what you would want your ideal man to look like, yes, I'm going to say, let this shit grow out. Cause And then a lot of jobs, unless you work a job where you can cover that shit up, they're not gonna want you coming in there looking any kind of way, especially if you don't know how to keep the shit laid down right. Now, the thing that I am surprised the most about is a lot of men having long locks in corporate America now. Like at my old job, one of the security guards, real long locks. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. There was a point in time where men could not even have hair that long in the working world. I don't remember seeing too many men with locks in a professional setting outside of being a teacher. Now, of course, once we got off to college and stuff like that, we stopped more of it. Or if you are from an area where that's what they do a lot of, then obviously you saw a lot of that. But here in the working world, you did not see a lot of that because a lot of it was always clean cut, haircuts, shit like that. Or if you did high top fades and shit like that, it still needed to be clean. And then too, with me going to a barber school, I was taught by women. So even if I don't use my clippers like that anymore, I still know what the fuck to look for. I can tell you, you didn't blend that in right. Sir, fix that edge up. But I don't, because I know how certain barbers are. They don't want you telling them nothing. And I'm perfectly okay with that. Even though I don't mind nobody correcting me. Again, it's just the way. Because I'm not one of them black girls you gonna talk to any kind of way and think it's okay. Even saying this to other black folk, I don't give a damn. Don't talk to me then. Shit. I feel like if I go to bed without anything on my stomach, I'm gonna regret it. But I don't know what I'm gonna get because I had leftover chicken today for lunch when I went to do my baby hair. And then I had a potato and egg taco and egg and chorizo. However, I took some of the egg and chorizo out of that one and put it to the side. And what time is it?